Hi, I'm Luke McQuillan, the author and composer of Love in the Light, a musical novel. This is the story of two guys who fall in love in a lighthouse in 1939 and sing about it on the page with the magic of QR codes so you can listen to those songs as you read. And I wanted to read a little excerpt of the book for you today. So let me set the scene. It's 1939, so they can't go on a date together. It's illegal. But they realize that maybe they can sneak into the movies together. All they have to do is wait for the theater to darken, and then they can sit together, and maybe nobody will notice, right? So in this excerpt, we start with James in the theater by himself, waiting for Alfred. James found a seat near where Alfred had suggested, and he sat down and waited. He looked around and noticed a few other couples. One was feeding each other popcorn. One girl was resting her head on her boyfriend's shoulder, and an older man had his arm around his wife. A strange, dull feeling settled into him as he looked at them all, followed by the embarrassing realization that none of them were looking around to see who was watching. They wielded their comfort like a power they didn't even know they enjoyed, a power James was now acutely aware he did not possess. The rumination was swallowed by the dimming of the lights as the energy in the theater shifted to one of excitement and expectation. James turned to his left and saw who he hoped was Alfred coming down the aisle. The smell of cedar and musk brought sweet relief that it was, in fact, Alfred heading his way. "Is this seat taken?" Alfred bent down and whispered in his ear. "It's all yours," James whispered back. "This is kind of fun. I feel like a spy," Alfred giggled. If they were spies, James thought, what were they spying on? Normal human society? He didn't know whether to laugh or sigh in exasperation, but Alfred was by his side, and that was all that mattered. The scene continues, and there's a wonderful fantasy sequence where James imagines they're up on the silver screen in the movie musical they're watching, and that is one of the musical numbers in the book that I'm really proud of. It's called Somewhere Under the Stars. So if this sounds interesting to you, Love in the Light, a musical novel, is available now.